St. Joseph College for Women, Autonomous, Visakhapatnam. Welcome to St. Joseph Open Web-based learning platform, So eLearn, for a soulful and enriching e-learning experience. Department of Commerce and Management presents SMOOC, St. Joseph Massive Open Online Course. I, Dr. K. Rajani, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, St. Joseph College for Women, Autonomous, Visakhapatnam, presents Module 2, Economic Theory. Module 2, Economic Theory, it contains 4 chapters already we discussed in previous video. Now we'll go with chapter 2.2, that is national income. The content of chapter 2.2 are concept of national income, importance of national income, types of national income, methods of measuring national income, and the last one is challenges in measuring national income. The outcome of this chapter 2.2 are students will be able to assess the economic health of a country. It helps government plans, physical, monetary and trade policies to formulate and make wise decisions, and it helps in identifying income disparities between regions, sectors and social groups, to understand which sector like agriculture, industry, services are driving the economy, and to crucial for 5-year plan long-term development strategies. Now let's discuss with what is national income. National income refers to the total value of all goods and services produced by a country's residents, whether within its borders or abroad during a specific period, typically 1 year. This income is called as national income. This income is an indicator of a nation's economic health, and it is used to formulate policies that maximize national welfare. The key components of national income includes wages, profits, rents, interest and mixed income, etc. So what is exactly the definition of national income defined by Professor Alfred Marshall? It's the labor and the capital of the country acting upon its natural resources produce annually a certain net aggregate of commodities, material or immaterial, including services of all kinds. This is actually called as national income. Now we discuss with the importance and significance of national income. It has a various important purposes. It includes some of the here. First one is measures the economic performance. It gives a quantitative measure of the country's overall production and income level, and it shows whether the country's economy is growing or stagnant or declining. And the second one is setting economic policies or government policies. The national income data helps in formulating economic policies to foster economic growth, allocate resources efficiently across different sectors. Next one is track the inflation and deflation. The national income statistics are used to monitor inflation or rise in prices or deflation or decrease in prices, and create timely anti-inflationary measures. And next one is the budget planning. Planning means nothing but predetermined course of action. So one of the policy is a budget planning. The government budget preparation relies heavily on national income figures. So policies are shaped to align with the available economic resources. National income helps to set a growth strategies, targets, evaluating processes over time. These helps to preparing 5-year plans, long-term strategies for infrastructure, defense, education, health, etc. Next important is standard of living and comparison. It is used to compare the standard of living across countries over time within the same country. The per capita income reflects the average income of a citizen. Higher per capita income usually means better living of standards. Next one is defense and development. The national income estimates helps to allocate funds for both defense and development projects. Apart from that, so many purposes are there. International comparison, countries use national income like GDP and GNP to compare economic strength internationally, understanding the sectoral contributions, helps identify which sector are growing and need support, and detecting business cycles useful for investors, businesses and government agencies, etc. Next, we are going to discuss about the types of national income. National income is the monetary value of all goods and services produced by a country during a specific period, generally 1 year. It consists of a collection of different types of goods and services. These are gross domestic product, gross national product, net national product, net income at a factor cost, personal income, disposable personal income, and per capita income. The first kind of national income is gross domestic product. So the most important concept of national income is gross domestic product. It is the money value of all final goods and services are produced within the domestic territory of a country during a year. In algebraic expression, it can be used as GDP is equal to P into Q. GDP means gross domestic product, where P is the price of the goods and services, Q is the quantity of goods and services. According to expenditure approach, the GDP means sum of consumption, investment, government expenditure, net foreign exports of a country during a year. It includes the different types of final goods and services. Those are consumer goods and services, gross private domestic investment in capital goods, government expenditure, exports and imports. Next one is gross national product. It is the total market value of all final goods and services produced annually in a country plus net factor income from abroad. Thus, GNP is the total measure of the flow of goods and services at a market value resulting from current production during a year in a country, including net factor income from abroad. It can be expressed in the equation GNP is equal to GDP plus NFIA. NFIA means net factor income from abroad, or we can express as GNP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M plus NFIA. This is the equation of GNP, gross national product, where GNP is equal to gross national product, C is a consumer goods and services, and gross private domestic investment in capital goods, and the G government expenditure, net exports and imports, and NFIA means net factor income from abroad. Next one is net national product. Net national product is the market value of all final goods and services after allowing for depreciation. It is also called as national income at a market price. When changes for depreciation are deducted from the gross national product, we get it. This net national product. Thus, NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. So, where NNP we can express it in equation is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M plus NFIA minus depreciation. GDP minus GNP minus depreciation. National income is also known as national income at a factor cost. It means sum of all incomes earned by resources suppliers for their contribution of land, labor, capital and organizational ability which go into the year's net production. Hence, the sum of the income received by a factor of production in the form of rent, wage, interest, profit is called as net income. Symbolically, it can be represented as a NI is equal to NNP plus subsidies minus interest taxes, or GNP minus depreciation plus subsidies minus indirect taxes. Or we can also express in national income net national product is equal to C plus G plus I minus X minus M plus NFIA minus depreciation minus indirect taxes subsidies. Next one is personal income. Personal income means individual income. It is a total money earned, received by individual and households of a country from all possible sources before direct taxes. Therefore, the personal income can be expressed in equation PA is equal to NI minus corporate income taxes minus undistributed corporate profits minus social security contribution plus transfer payments. Next one is disposable income. The income left after the payment of direct taxes from the personal income is called as a disposable income. It means the actual income which can be spent on consumption by individuals and families. It can be expressed as DA is equal to PA minus direct taxes. From consumption approach, DA is equal to consumption expenditure plus savings. And the next one is per capita income. It means it can be derived by dividing the net national income of a country by the total population of a country. So thus it can be expressed as PCA is equal to total national income by total national population. Next we are going to discuss about methods of national income. National income can be measured using the three primary methods, that is income method, expenditure method, production method. That is we also called as value added method. Each method provides a different perspectives on the total value of goods and services produced within a country. First method is income method. This method calculates the national income by summing up all the income earned by individuals and the businesses within a country. This already we discussed in net income method, like that only. This includes the wages, salaries, rent, interest and the profits, etc. It represents the total compensation received by a factor of production, that is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship, for their contribution to the production process. And the next method is expenditure method. This method calculates the national income by adding up all the spending on goods and services within the country. It includes consumer spending, government spending, investment spending and net exports minus imports. It's focused on demand side of the economy and reflects how much is spent on final goods and services. And the next method is production, a value added method. This method used to calculate national income by summing up the value added at each stage of production within the country. Value added is the difference between the value of output and the value of intermediate goods used in production. This method avoids double counting by focusing on the value added at each stage rather than the total value of all goods and services. Next, we are going to discuss about the challenges of national income. Obviously, economy faces so many problems and challenges. Here I am summing up some of the challenges and problems. First one is non-monetarized sector or non-marketed goods. As a large part of economy operates without money or a barter system or home grown food, unpaid domestic services. These activities are difficult to measure the monetary terms. And the next one is lack of reliability or data reliability. Inaccurate or incomplete data, especially from the agriculture and informal sectors, leads to underestimation or overestimation. So it is also a drawback to the national income. And the next one is existence of black economy. Unreported income from illegal activities, tax evasions, corruptions is not included in our national income. That leads to significant gap between the actual and the recorded national income. And the multiple occupations. In developing countries, individuals may engage in multiple jobs like farming, part-time work, so many things. It's difficult to allocate their total income accurately. So the next one is price fluctuations, inflations and deflations. Comparing GDP over years become difficult due to changing price levels, fluctuating the prices and affecting the value also. And the difficulty in valuing non-market services like those of home markets, volunteers, community helps for productive but not sold in the market. And the next one is underground economy. Economy activities are not officially recorded, valuing inventories, assessing the worth of the stored goods, capital consumption, depreciation of the capital assets, final versus intermediate goods. These are all several challenges of national income. At the end of this chapter, some of the key points are takeaways on national income. It measures the economic strength of a country by calculating the total income earned by its citizens over a year. GDP, gross domestic product, and gross national products are primary sectors, but national income at a factor cost gives the most accurate picture of what people actually earn. And we also learned 3 methods of calculation: output, income, and expenditure, that helps in cross verifying national income figures. And we also studied the per capita income helps compare the standard of living across regions or countries. And we also learned the challenges like informal economy, inflation, and tax evasions can distort the accuracy of the national income data. And finally, we learned the national income is essential for policy making, budgeting, welfare planning, and economic comparisons. And after this session, we are going to give an activity. The title of this activity is Build the Circular Flow, calculate a national income. Take any data, first build the circular flow and calculate the national income using different sources. It helps the student to understand how national income is calculated and the flow of income between households, firms, and the government. Thank you.